Kevin Darnell Hart, born July 6, 1979, is an American comedian and actor. After winning several stand-up comedy competitions, Hart had his first breakthrough when Judd Apatow cast him in a recurring role on the TV series Undeclared, 2001. Hart's comedic reputation continued to grow with the release of his first stand-up album, I'm a Grown Little Man, 2009. He has since released 4 more comedy albums: Seriously Funny, 2010, Laugh at My Pain, 2011, Let Me Explain, 2013, and What Now, 2016. In 2015, Time magazine named him on its annual list of the 100 most influential people in the world. In 2017, he launched the Laugh Out Loud Network, a subscription video streaming service in partnership with Lionsgate. Hart is not among the elite billionaires club and currently has a net worth of $450 million. Despite not being a billionaire, he has invested in various business ventures that have contributed to his wealth. Early life. Kevin Darnell Hart was born in Philadelphia on July 6, 1979, the son of Nancy Hart and Henry Robert Witherspoon. He has an older brother named Robert. He was raised in a single-parent household by his mother, who worked as a systems analyst for the Office of Student Registration and Financial Services at the University of Pennsylvania. His father was a cocaine addict who was in and out of jail throughout most of Hart's childhood, prompting Hart to use humor as a way to cope with his troubled family life. His relationship with his father improved after his father recovered from his addiction. He would also later talk about his mother in his stand-up routine, portraying her as a loving yet intimidating woman. As a teenager, Hart had aspirations of becoming a basketball player. He was a participant at the La Salle basketball camp with future NBA Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant and future political commentator and activist Marc Lamont Hill. After graduating from George Washington High School, Hart briefly attended the Community College of Philadelphia before dropping out and moving to New York City. While some sources claim that Hart spent time living in Brockton, Massachusetts, Hart later clarified that he had never lived in Massachusetts. He spent some time working as a shoe salesman. Personal life. Hart married Torrey in 2003, and they filed for divorce in 2010 after citing irreconcilable differences. Hart requested joint custody of their 2 children, a daughter born in 2005 and a son born in 2007. The divorce was finalized in November 2011. On August 18, 2014, Hart became engaged to Aniko Parrish. They were married near Santa Barbara, California, on August 13, 2016. Their first child was born on November 21, 2017. A month later, he publicly admitted to having cheated on her while she was pregnant with their son. They reconciled and had a second child together, a daughter born on September 29, 2020. An avid poker player since around 2010, Hart has entered major tournaments such as the WSOP, cashing in one event for $4,783 in 2014. He also plays cash games, like the ones organized by PokerStars, and became their brand ambassador in 2017. As such, he was featured in PokerStars ad campaigns and promotional content alongside Usain Bolt. As of September 2020, he has earned $47,828 in live tournament cashes. Hart is a practicing Christian and has talked openly about his faith. Career. Stand-up. Hart's first stand-up performance took place at the Laugh House in his native Philadelphia under the name of Lil Kev, which did not go well. His career suffered a slow start, and he was booed off stage several times, once even having a piece of chicken thrown at him. After those initial unsuccessful shows, he began entering comedy competitions throughout Massachusetts, with audience receptions eventually improving. It took time for Hart to develop a unique comedic style. After an early period of attempting to imitate comedians like Chris Tucker, he found his own rhythm by delving into his insecurities and life experiences. He said, "Because of what I do, it has to be an open book. But right now this is a book that is being written." On April 9, 2015, Hart embarked on a Comedy World tour titled the What Now? Tour at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, which concluded on August 7, 2016, at the Columbus Civic Center in Columbus, Georgia. On July 16, 2015, Universal Pictures announced that Kevin Hart, What Now? A stand-up comedy film featuring a performance of Hart's What Now? Tour would be theatrically released in the United States on October 14, 2016. The show was filmed live on August 30th, 2015, in front of 53,000 people at Philadelphia's Lincoln Financial Field. Film and television roles. Hart had a guest appearance in the 2002 sitcom, Undeclared. He made his film debut in the 2002 film Paper Soldiers. Hart then had other films roles such as the Scary Movie franchise, Soul Plane, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Death at a Funeral, and Little Fockers. He played Doug in the film The 5-Year Engagement, 2012, and appeared in Think Like a Man, which was a box office success. In 2018, he produced his first film under his production company Heartbeat Productions, Night School. In October 2018, it was announced that through his production company, he has signed a first-look deal with Nickelodeon. Under the deal, Hart and his Heartbeat Productions banner will develop and produce live-action, scripted kids content for the network. Hart also has a first-look film deal with Universal Studios. In 2021, Hart starred in Fatherhood, a drama about a man whose wife dies shortly after childbirth, leaving him to raise their daughter on his own. It premiered on Netflix on June 18, 2021. Hart signed a first-look deal with Netflix in January 2021. He later played Arnold Drummond in the Different Strokes portion of the third edition of Live in front of a studio audience. In 2022, Hart starred alongside Mark Wahlberg in the comedy film, Me Time. The movie shows how Sonny, Hart, experiences a wild journey with his friend after finding a much-longed free weekend. In January 2024, Hart starred as a master thief in the Netflix comedy heist film Lift, directed by F. Gary Gray alongside Ursula Corbero from Money Heist and Vincent D'Onofrio. A month later, he competed in Season 11 of The Masked Singer as Book. He purposely unmasked himself in the Season 11 premiere as part of a prank on host Nick Cannon. Laugh Out Loud Productions. In 2017, Hart founded Laugh Out Loud, a global media and production company to provide opportunities for top comedic talent of all ethnicities worldwide. Originally partnered with Lionsgate, Hart became majority owner in 2019 after buying out most of Lionsgate's stake. Laugh Out Loud and production company Heartbeat Productions merged in April 2022, creating Heartbeat, which includes Heartbeat Studios, Heartbeat Media, and Heartbeat Pulse. Hosting. In addition to acting, Hart has also hosted various ceremonies. Hart first hosted the 2011 BET Awards. Hart then hosted the 2012 MTV Video Music Awards. His longtime friend Judd Apatow, the director who gave him his first big on-screen break in the TV series Undeclared, was the one who recommended him for the gig. On December 4, 2018, Hart was announced as the host of the 2019 Academy Awards. 2 days later, however, he withdrew from hosting duties in the wake of backlash against him over several homophobic tweets he had posted between 2010 and 2011. Hart House. In August 2022, Hart debuted a vegan restaurant, Hart House, intended to be the start of a restaurant chain able to compete with fast food chains by offering flavorful plant-based alternatives. The restaurant opened in Los Angeles, California, about a mile from Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, with a simple menu of veggie burgers and chicken products. The restaurant's offerings are claimed to be entirely free of cholesterol, antibiotics, hormones, artificial colors, preservatives, high-fructose corn syrup, or trans fats, and inspired by Hart's own health nut lifestyle. Hart opened a second location in Monrovia in November 2022 and a third on Sunset Boulevard in May 2023. Legal issues. On April 14, 2013, Hart was charged on suspicion of drunk driving after his vehicle nearly collided with a tanker truck on a Southern California freeway. He failed a field sobriety test and was booked for misdemeanor DUI. On August 5, he was sentenced to 3 years of probation after pleading no contest to one count of driving under the influence of alcohol.